one of the reasons it was 14-3, the Seahawks offense was not firing on all cylinders last night, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Geno Smith, Drew Lock, it could have been Dave Craig, it could have been Jim Zorn, it could have been Dan McGuire, it could have been me or you at quarterback, and the Seahawks were going to win that game because all you needed was the Devon Witherspoon play because the Giants only scored 3 points. Here's Pete Carroll after the game talking about Devon Witherspoon's performance, which included the pick six and a pair of sacks and at least 6 other tackles on the night. He can do it all, and he's made himself into, in my mind, the favorite to be the defensive rookie of the year, and Eagles fans and Lions fans are mad at me for saying that, but I don't care because Jalen Carter can't do this. Jalen Carter can't go 97 yards with a pick six. So here's Pete Carroll talking about Devon Witherspoon's performance from last night against the Giants.
I've never thought he wouldn't play like this. This is why we took him, to be active and to show that he gets this game of football and it comes easy to him, and he's an explosive, dynamic player. And we got to play him at nickel for the first time. This was a process. Getting him back out there. We didn't have enough time, we thought, to have him ready. Although he's been working at it the whole time, and he did a great job again tonight, and you can see why we like him there. We didn't have Artie tonight, and we didn't have Trey Brown tonight, and so he had to do it all night long, for us, and so it was a beautiful job.
Nickel is a great spot for him. It turns him into a Rondé Barber. And I know that's a premature comparison, but I can remember some primetime games. I remember one against the Vikings in 1999 where Rondé Barber was freaking everywhere. Everywhere. You had to worry about him on every play. Is he going to blitz? What's he going to do? Where's he going to be? And that's what Devon Witherspoon is for the Seahawks already 4 games in. All he's got to do is stay healthy. All due respect to Jalen Carter and Brian Branch, Devon Witherspoon, that performance last night in primetime with the NFL world watching, I know we got a long way to go, but no one's going to forget that. And there's going to be more if he stays healthy. This isn't something that just was a fluke.
No.
Like the planets lined up the right way.
No.
And he had some special powers last night. That's how he is. That's who he is. That's what he is. That's why they made him the 5th overall pick. That's why you were touting him so much.
That's right.
And what makes it so compelling is he's kind of a little guy.
Yeah.
And he throws his body around everywhere. He's got no regard for his own body. And that's what makes you worried that, can he keep doing it? It's almost like Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams, we saw for all the 9 plays last night before he took a knee to the helmet, had a concussion, was upset, as anyone would be. He waited so long to play again, and he got shut down and ruled out for the night. When you throw your body around like that, stuff can happen.
Yeah, he's got, like you said, no regard for his body. I mean, there's no hesitation, right? And I think that's what, to what you were talking about a minute ago with the top 5 teams in the NFC and the Seahawks and that, right? And we talk about this and have fun with this conversation all the time. They got a bunch of no hesitation psychos on their football team. And we know that a lot of times translates to wins and being dangerous in the playoffs. And, I mean, you think about that Seattle secondary. And Jamal Adams, I know it was only 9 plays like you said, but damn, he still looks pretty damn good. You talk about Tariq Woolen and Michael Jackson, and then Witherspoon inside, and Diggs, and then Jamal Adams. I mean, that secondary, I'd put that up there against anybody in football. And then you talk about the linebackers and Brooks and Bobby Wagner in the middle, right? And then, the pass rush has got something this year. Boye Mafe is pretty damn good. Uchenna Nwosu is pretty good. Draymond Jones, who they paid a ton of money to, is really damn good in the middle. And that's why you look at Seattle and go, they got some studs on both sides of the ball. They're one of the teams that can upset this whole thing. All these people who are going, oh, man, 49ers, Eagles, or Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. Whoa, that's going to be unbelievable. That's going to guarantee us a great Super Bowl, right? No, Detroit and Seattle can mess that whole thing up. There's no doubt about it. Seattle, with the firepower and some of the stars they got on the offensive side of the ball too, right? They're missing both their starting tackles. Their offensive line didn't just get run over like the Giants did. They're banged up as hell too, right? But they gave their team at least a fighting chance to a degree. But there's a lot of positives to look at of this Seahawks team to think, hey, they're dangerous and they can upset some people and be a real player in the NFC playoffs.
They've already beaten the Lions in Detroit in week 2, a game that surprised everyone because the Seahawks looked so bad. That's what makes the last 3 games for the Seahawks so amazing. They looked so bad week 1 against the Rams. They've won 3 in a row now, and they look great. And the schedule has a certain feel when it comes out. The feel of the schedule changes as we get into the season.
Yeah, that's right.
And now that we are 4 weeks into the season, Chris, I ask you to turn your attention to the package of games that begins Week 12, Thanksgiving night on NBC and Peacock. 49ers at Seahawks. 1 week later, Seahawks at Cowboys.
Whoa.
A week and a half after that,
Whoa.
Seahawks at 49ers.
Damn.
And then the Eagles go to Seattle. That stretch from week 12 through 15 is going to answer a lot of questions as to who the number 1 seed is going to be in the NFC.
No doubt. You're right. I never really looked at it, that far. I didn't remember that little stretch there. But, man, you play, first off, the 49ers 2 out of 3 games. That's going to be personal and chippy. It always is when you got to play, what is it going to be, 11 days apart, something like that there? Or no, it's going to be a little more than that. I think I'm wrong about that. But either way, it's going to be fresh in your memory. But, yeah, you're right. That's going to go a long way to seeding, where everybody shakes out, how this falls out, how we feel going to the playoffs about these matchups. We're going to have a really good feel. But they are one of these teams that, like we're both saying, got the potential to mess with the big boys there. There's no doubt about that. They're not playing perfect yet, and they need to get healthy. We know that. But they got the playmakers, the craziness, the coaches that'll think outside the box, that you go, they're going to be able to play with anybody when they do get healthy. At least it seems that way to me right now. And, of course, we know they got some real playmakers on both sides of the ball.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.